You really just can't make this shit up. So there's a lot of people that are in belief that this villain is not a serious villain. He's not meant to be a serious villain, and that he will either A, get more serious down the line, somehow evolving in some way, or B, absorb someone in the future to make him an actual general threat for Goku and Vegeta, which honestly I don't really buy because, yeah, he doesn't seem to have any of the traits that we usually think of when we think of Majin, aka Absorption. He is a Cyberman Majin villain, and that's all that we've seen so far. But I want to ask you guys what you think, because today we have what we could have had. We finally get to see what we could have had in Dragon Ball Daima front and centered, and I am telling you right now that we were absolutely robbed from this being such an awesome adaptation of a familiar villain other than a Cyberman. So let's go ahead and jump into this video, and I'm going to tell you exactly how this could have gone in such a better, more entertaining direction. So by now we know that the ritual itself for creating the Majins is supposed to create a creature that is really powerful, but not as powerful as the Majin Buu that we got in Dragon Ball Z. That was an absolute fluke. There was no attempt to get that done at all. That's just something that accidentally happened, and that's how we got Kid Buu. So to me, that kind of solidifies how special Kid Buu is in terms of strength and how much of a serious threat that he actually posed. But I'm still upset about the fact that we got a Cyberman Buu creature that isn't even strong enough to face off against an opponent that Goku in Super Saiyan 2 was able to defeat, showing how weak this creature actually is. And we found out that for this creature to be what he is now, the one thing that needed to happen was that the connection to Dr. Arinsu needed to be complete with her spit. She Hawk-Tua'd right into that bowl, and there you go. Now the creature listens to her. Even though the creature is extremely sentient, it talks and everything, and this. But yeah, it is extremely sentient, and it honestly baffles me how much of a downgrade we got from this. I mean, to be honest, if this was the beginning stages of something that is supposed to be a lot cooler, they still messed it up because Fat Buu was the same thing. It was supposed to be a character that we didn't presume to be strong, but was strong and was extremely silly. But every instance that Fat Buu was on screen, he was a general threat. He was absolutely diabolical. And yeah, I mean, I love Fat Buu, and the original Fat Buu. I love when he had the evil inside of him, because you could tell that he had something off about him. And with this character, he's absolutely a gag character in the sense that he is just for laughs, for the lulz. He's not meant to be taken seriously, which, I mean, I don't take him seriously anyway. Well, an artist by the name of Rivera Arts decided that no, we're not going to sit by and create artwork that depicts this guy much cooler than what he is. No, we're going to go the alternate route of what could have been, and I'm telling you, what could have been is just so much better, and that is Dr. Arinsu transforming into a Majin Buu type of creature. Now, this makes perfect sense. She's obsessed with the Majin Buu that we saw in DBZ. She has connections with Universe 7 and Earth because she came to the planet to scout it out, to look for new data and information about Majin Buu. She spit into the jar, which is going to be her DNA in the Majin Buu creature, and instead of it being a tracker, it could have transformed her into a Majin Buu creature. And honestly, everybody and their mother has been waiting for this to be canon since it dropped in Fighters. We've been waiting for so long for Android 21. This is even the original design that Akira Toriyama created for the game. He actually worked on this design on Android 21, so it would have been befitting for her to transform into Android 21, because if you can make a Majin creature out of Cyberman beings, well, it's not far stretched to say that you can make a Majin Buu creature out of anything, including Kai's, because I mean the Majin Buu's ability is absorption, and we've already seen it become a sort of amalgamation of Saiyan and Namekian when it came to Buhan and Buu-Tanks. So this is something that the Majin Buus are famous for, and I think that we were really robbed when it came to this. Now, how could this have worked? Well, it would have worked amazing, because the Android 21 that we got in Fighters didn't start out to be that strong. She got stronger as the game progressed, but still never reached those levels that were in Dragon Ball Super, not to that extent, and she was still easily defeated at the very end. And this is something that could have been carried over to her. If you didn't want to make a creature that was strong, even close to the level of Kid Buu, that's fine. You could have made something at least Perfect Cell, who was able to defeat a Super Saiyan 2, and making her that strong with the magic of the Kais, it would have fit so well, especially since this story is so Kai-centric. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but Daima is filled to the brim with Kai love, Kai lore, and Demon Realm glaze. Really, it is a lot of information that we're getting about this, that the setup would have been amazing to have her transform with her intellect and her power and her magic, and the fact that she is a Kai transform into a Buu creature, and that would have been great to see. Now, I already hear you guys saying, well, how would she even exist, because we don't see her again in Dragon Ball Super? Like, does she die? Does Goku kill her? No. And I don't think that this show is meant to basically write off any of these characters like Gloria or Pansy. I really do think that this show is the future of what we're going to see in the Dragon Ball Super manga, and I'm going to talk to you guys about this a little bit later, why this is important. This could possibly be important, and Dragon Ball Daima could be a prequel to what we're going to be seeing in the future when it comes to Demon Realms, because we get Pansy when she's younger, we get Arinsu, who's a great character already, and we get a bunch of Kai and Demon Realm lore. So she could have fit perfectly, either getting defeated, locked up, whatever, or maybe getting trapped somehow in the Demon Realm, or getting defeated, or getting put to sleep. There could have been so many different options that they could have done, because it seems like that's where we're going. Where we're going to be going into the future of Dragon Ball Super, and we'll see a more like teenage or young early 20s version of Pansy, or we'll see this creature again come back out of the woodwork. Because I'm telling you right now, if they don't defeat Majin Ku, I'm not excited to see this creature whatsoever. And even right now, after seeing him fight in today's episode, I really feel like I'm not excited. Like they're making it such a low bar right now. I'm not excited to see him if he transforms or he gets more powerful. I'm not really excited to see that, and maybe my tune will change if the battle's cool and I'll praise the battle. But I feel like they definitely took an L when it came to bringing Buu back, where they could have, instead of bringing back this ugly thing, they could have had perfection. But let me know what you guys think in the comments.